Dreams, passion, and purpose. How do we get more of them? How do we thrive in life instead of die? We don't dream enough. We don't even know our passions. And so we don't have a chance to know our purpose. The game is to become a creator. You are creative, and somewhere along the way, you were stifled. Your soul was stifled. The core of you was turned off, was crushed. And we got to reawaken it, because you need to ask and know that the big question, why are we here? But the bigger question, why are you here? Whenever you dial that in, whenever you know that, you love your days. You love your life. You love what you're doing. You're energized. You don't need sugar, Dr. Pepper. You don't need pills. You don't need alcohol. You don't need weed. All of it goes away because you're energized from your core. Got a couple tips to help you accomplish this today, but the main objective is to plead with you to challenge life, to carve, to craft, to direct your dreams. And you do that by dialing in your passions. And when you dial in your passions, you have to be creative in order to do that. And then you know your purpose. Your purpose emerges because you're doing you. The DNA core of who you are, that's the game. So dreams, passions, purpose, that's the whole thing. I died. I had a saying whenever my wife asked me, what do you want for breakfast, omelets or French toast? I would say, I don't have any wants. What do you want to do this weekend with the kids? I don't have any wants. After that, I didn't really realize at the time, but depressed is what I was. I was diagnosed a little later with depersonalization, and it has been a long journey, almost a little over 3 years, in overcoming, breaking through, incrementally, little by little by little, which is the only way to know your passions, actualize your dreams, and find your purpose. It'll hit you. Not a short while from now. It's not easy, but it'll hit you before you die. And that is amazing, because so many people die never doing themselves. You can see this very, very clearly in old people. I'm sorry if you are older and listening to this. I don't mean to call you old people. But our parents, my parents, I'm 38, be 39, big 40's coming up soon. You can see this very clearly in 60s, 50s even, 70s, people in that time frame. Some of them love their day, love their life, and are serving and helping and having fun and having a reason to wake up. And you can just see it in their eyes and their step and their vibrancy. And some of them, most of them, are zombies waiting to die. And it's the saddest thing in the world. But you, my friend, because you will show up, you will direct instead of drift. You will have some regrets because we miss goals and things, but you won't have a life of regret. You will have a life of co-creating, of knowing your passions, living your passions, and your purpose is on the other side of that. I'm excited for you to get there. There is no one way to accomplish this. I'm going to share with you one thought to hopefully help you dial this in a little bit every day, every 6 days. That's what it is. I call it the whole life challenge, and it's 6 days at a time. I used to, in my depression times, I worked the regular 5-day week. And I had the weekend, which is a deep conversation for another day. Who invented the weekend? And consumerism, passivity, checked out, all of those things eventually creep in when you work. The weekend is relaxation. It is rejuvenation. It is, we need a break. We need a shift. We need a rejuvenation time. So challenge life 6 days at a time. What's it look like? It looks like the next 6 days, what am I going to incrementally focus on and improve? What kind of one thing? Is it a morning routine shift? Is it I'm going to drink lemon water instead of coffee first thing in the morning? Is it I'm going to cut out some soda? What is one little shift over the next 6 days that you can change to begin directing instead of drifting, to begin dialing in a dream, to begin clarifying and living out your passions? Because there isn't any do this one thing and you know your passions and you know your purpose. It's do a crap load of things, learn more about who you are every 6 days, and incrementally dial it in every 6 days, 6 days at a time. So that's the one thing that is 1,000 things, is a whole life challenge with the goal of stumbling upon your purpose. But before that, you got to know your passions. Now, before that, you got to dial in your passions. And before that, you have to know your passions. And in order to know your passions, you have to dream and you have to start towards them. It's not easy. I'm by your side 300%. This helped you to reawaken the inside of you. Hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. Preferable life is what I call it. Your preferable life. And this is the game. Dialing in you, living out you. I'm Josh. Carve into dialing in your dreams, creating from your passions, and finding your purpose. I love you. By your side the whole way. Hit me up if I can help out in any way. Leave a comment. Catch you on the next one.